Hey guys, it's been a while. It's been what, 2 days? And today we are gonna be doing a Nintendo Switch Mod Chip install. Okay, so we're gonna do some little questionable decision making here. Just mind you, I am live. Okay, just give me a moment. Okay. All right. Yeah. So if you guys want to hang out with me and see this mod chip install this on Nintendo Switch OLED live with me, go for it. Let's hang out, do some little risky moves, and see how this goes. All right. I'm excited. And mind you, I have to do this within 2 hours. So let's start the timer right now, shall we? I'm hoping you guys can hear me. I didn't make sure. Yeah. You guys can hear me, right? Good. Okay. Well, first things first, we gotta start with unscrewing everything. Already a minute in. We got 2 hours to get this thing finished. So let's get this done ASAP. 2 hours or less. Go. I'm gonna put this away. Okay. Before we move forward, let's take a look here. Make sure everything is up to date. Oof. We need to update that system. My goodness. They haven't used this, so we gotta update that. We gotta make sure everything's set before we unplug that. So let me see here. Go. All right, I'm gonna take it off screen so that you guys can't see the password. This is all part of the process. You got to make sure everything's up to date before you even doing this. So, yes. Okay, perfect. We are connected. Now, we gotta do system update. Update. Okay, while it's updating, let's flash their mod chip, okay? We're going to be installing a Picofly RP2040 or Raspberry Pi. This guy right here. Okay. Look at that. We're installing this guy today onto this Picofly, on this Nintendo Switch OLED. Okay. So let's get the cable in. One of these things should have one of these things right here. Okay. I'm gonna plug that in there. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold this guy. We're gonna hold this guy right now. And we're gonna plug the other side to the computer. Oh, wrong end. I always hate putting the USB sticks at the wrong end. There we go. I can grab the file here. And we are done. We can unplug that. It's been flashed. It was just real quick. Unplug this. It's a very important step. You can't miss this step and skip it. You gotta do this step. So that's cool. And one more minute to go on the update. Come on. How's everybody doing? 5 minutes on the clock. Almost 6 minutes on the clock. Okay. System is restarting. I should really put this like this, right? Better, so you guys can see. Hey, how you doing, Trey? Okay, the update is complete. Now that the update is complete, we gotta make sure to go to system settings. Okay, looks like everything's all good. We're up to date at 21.1. You can see that right there, right? Anyways, now we have to go to the internet settings. Go to this one and clear the settings, delete. And another important part, let's go back to system, auto update software off. That's very important, very important. Okay. Now we can just turn this guy off. There we go. There we go. Now we're gonna start, and the camera's in the way, isn't it? That's all right. Let me. I think I can adjust it while working on this. But meanwhile, let's remove all the screws. Yeah. Ten minutes in already, and we're just about there, almost taking off that shell, this plastic, I'm sorry, not plastic, but metallic shell right here. Let's get this guy right here. Okay, if there's anything else missing, no, the screw, there is one more right here. Okay, I think that's about it. Wonderful. Be very careful when I'm pulling the antennas off. Very careful, because sometimes these antennas can be quite a nuisance. There we go. Perfect. Oh, I forgot one more screw right here. There we go. Alrighty then. This side always gives me an issue. It's because the antenna always likes to. There we go. Okay, well, first things first, you want to remove that battery. You don't want no electrical current to the switch. Let's take that apart. Okay, let's take these guys off. Remember, we got to do this within 2 hours. We're already in 12 minutes in, 13 minutes in actually. Okay, let's take this guy off. Wiggle, wiggle. All right, sorry about that, you guys. We are removing the audio. Don't judge me. This is the way I do it. There we go. That's one side. What the heck? In future videos, I'd like to have like a microscope camera. That way you guys can see. That would be awesome. At the moment, I don't have that. Sorry. Forgive me. These two screws on the very bottom, they're longer than the rest of them. There's about, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws, plus these two. They're a little bit longer, so you gotta make sure those two longer ones are going back to the same place. You don't want the long screws to be on the body, because if that happens, you can damage something. So that's a big no-no. Okay. My deadline is 8 p.m. So let's meet that deadline today, you guys. Go.
Get more done with Gemini, your everyday AI assistant. Handle.
Okay. So if anybody is playing any Pokemon games, that there was that new 30th anniversary that just came out, and hopefully it's a great year for Pokemon this year. It is their 30th anniversary, and I know that as a kid I used to collect Pokemon cards. I don't have those cards. I wish I did, but I don't, sadly, unfortunately. But I also remember getting my first Pokemon game, which was Pokemon Blue. I didn't get Red. I really wanted Red, but I guess my mom, she didn't really know. All she did was just get me the Pokemon game. That's all she knew. And she did. I'm very thankful for that. And so with that Pokemon game, I was all in, man. You know, I wanted to get that Charizard. I was like, hell yeah, you know. Those are some good times. Okay, I gotta be very careful right here. There we go. So, talking about Pokemon, now we gotta put this away. We don't need this anymore. So we're gonna put that aside. In celebration of their 30th anniversary, Pokemon had released some news. I can't remember everything that came out on the news, but some of the highlights that I do remember is that they're coming out with a new game, a new Pokemon game. And very exciting for the company, right? That new game is coming out next year, 2027. This part's a pain, but I can get it off. There we go. I always take them off with force. It's not the practical way, but we don't have enough time. Time is not with us. Time is never with us. We're always out of time, aren't we? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna Go ahead and clean this up. So mostly, to cut time, I don't really clean the whole thing. I just clean the surface and then the bottom part where I'm gonna have to solder. So let's take this solder off, yes? Or thermal paste off, rather. I get confused. My brain just says one thing and then says the other. You know? Don't you hate it when you're thinking so fast that you can't really say what you're thinking? Happens to me all the time. Okay. Okay, the rest of that, I use this toothbrush. There we go. There we go. Let's see that. Wonderful. Now we grab another, because it throws all the particles away, right? So you want to clean all that. It's a little messy. There we go. Better, right? Here, I wonder if I can do this. Right? Okay. Alright, cool. I readjusted myself. Tweezers. Gotta get those. Okay. Let's see what the timer says. Already 21 minutes in. My goodness. We haven't done nothing. The heck. So we gotta strip carefully. You gotta make sure your pliers, that was the English word. Las pinzas is what we call it in Spanish. Gotta make sure your pinzas are very sharp. Okay. Want to cut right there. Oh, let me skip this. So carefully trim off some of the metal blades. There we go. Without damaging nothing. Okay, you gotta carefully. Like go in, don't be too afraid, but once you make that cut, then just kind of like wiggle it back and forth until it loosens off, okay? Very simple. The key is to have a nice sharp pliers. Okay, and then gotta be patient. Once it loosens it off, it will come off. I don't know if you guys can see that. I did just get a customer in, so I'll be right back, you guys, okay? I'll be right back.
The way you see an idea in your mind and shape it into something that could only come from you. This is how website creation should be. Wix Harmony, the new way to create.
Okay. I was just making sure I got the part. Okay, sorry guys. I am working while I'm doing this. Even though this is a customer's, I'm still on the clock. And I have to get this done by 8 o'clock. I told my customer after 8 o'clock, I should start your repair as well. Because we are definitely on the timer on this one. Okay, 31 minutes in already. It's 6:30 and I should be expected to be done with this within the hour and a half. Okay, so I believe that's one's done. So no time to waste. Okay. Perfect. What we're doing here, we're just stripping off the sides right here. And sorry if I'm a little bit of rush because we are trying to get as much done today. Okay. There we go. There it is. Okay. Okay. So now that we got that figured out, and thank you for bearing with me, you guys. I know that sometimes it sucks running a business and going live at the same time, but it happens. What we're gonna do, we're gonna make an incision here, okay? I'm gonna make sure. Sorry if this is a little bit in the way. Again, in the future, what I'm gonna be doing is we'll have a microscope camera so you guys can see what I'm doing here. make an incision here. Right above where you see the gray thermal paste, I'm gonna do an incision right there. Oh, and then I believe I gotta really zoom in for this. This part gets a little bit fragile. So I don't know what this is called. You know, I've been doing this for quite some time, and I still don't know what it's called, this little thing. All I know is that I have to remove the solder mask to that point and be careful because I don't want to remove the solder mask around the area, just that little point. I forget what it's called. And I always am nervous doing this part because, you know, honestly, if I was a heart surgeon or a brain surgeon, that would be like my niche. However, I can't do that kind of job. Even though I'm very steady with the hands, the sight of blood would just I'll faint. I can't do it. The sight of blood, I just have a thing with blood that I can't do it. You know? And it's very weird because if I see blood on movies, it don't really mess me up. But if I see blood in real life, it really messes me up. Because it's real, you know? And even though they make it look real on movies, like it just, there's that, you know, it's makeup, you know? But sometimes they make it look real enough where like I can hardly see, you know? Sometimes they do too much of a good job that I can't bear to see. Not all the times, but sometimes I'm like, oh man, that's really, especially in those gruesome horror movies. You know, those horror movies were like, they're chopped limb to limb and stuff like that. It's crazy. Those crazy, you know those crazy movies, right? Yeah, crazy horror movies. Did I do a good job? I don't know. Let's see here. We're gonna get a little cloth here, clean that little section. I need a little bit more to go. Okay. It's funny how this year is just filled with so many anniversaries. So many anniversaries. It just feels like this year is like full circle. The best out of the 90s and the early 2000s are having their anniversaries this year. And it's interesting because anniversaries are more significant when it's their 20th anniversary or the 30th anniversary. And I feel as though like the 5th year anniversary, that's great, you know, but nobody really celebrates after the like, who cares? You know, doesn't matter. Maybe even the 10th year anniversary, that's actually an accomplishment. I feel like 10-year anniversaries are great, you know? And I also feel that you guys probably don't know nothing what I'm doing right now because you can't see my face. My face is covered here. Well, anyways, I appreciate you guys being here nonetheless. Because as soon as I go in, it's like it's hard to see my face, and you guys can't see on the top because it's being covered with the microscope. So that makes things especially challenging. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna install the .0 right here, right now. Okay. We're gonna make sure that that .0 is on there pretty good. So yeah, I just feel like this year is the pinnacle starting point of all these anniversaries, the significant ones, you know. And we got, I believe, 40th anniversary of Dragon Ball, 40th anniversary of Super Mario, 40th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda even. We got all kinds of amazing, especially like for video games, a lot of video game anniversaries. Obviously the most significant is Pokemon. Pokemon is really celebrating this year. Oh. Okay. Every time I read this, I have to make sure that the reading's good, and yeah, it's good. Perfect. Good try. First try. That's like, I've been doing this so good that I can do it in one shot. Okay. Yeah, you want to be able to read 0.6 on that meter. So there's that. Put that more aside because you don't want to. We're going to turn on the soldering iron. And we got to get, what do we got to get? Where's our little, here we go. Our trusty flux capacitor. Flux capacitor. I really don't know how popular it is for people to do this. I just figured that I like doing this and other people would also as well. Okay, let's get some solder. Perfect. And we also need to get some solder on the side over here. Just to be extra secure, you know? We don't want things flying all over the place, right? Perfect. I love it when I do it in all in one shot. It's cool. I wish you saw that in action. That would have been cool. Again, I really gotta have that camera. I'd say by next month, and then you guys can really see what I'm up to. Like you can see my perspective, everything that I'm looking at, you guys are looking at it as well. So that's gonna be amazing for future content. I'm just starting out, so bear with me, you guys. Just starting out. So we got this guy in. Now that we got that guy in, we have to get the other side in. So, oh yeah, before I move forward, I gotta make sure that my points are correct. 0.6, there you go. We are good. We are solid. "44 minutes in. Can we get this done within the hour and 15 minutes? I hope so. So we're gonna get some flux over here. Add some solder. Oops, sorry. Go. Good enough. Okay, let's clean that off. Beautiful. Okay. Now what we gotta do is prepare that little point. Okay. I always breathe in because I gotta make sure to be steady. Okay. Beautiful. I'm gonna wrap this up here. Cover it with alcohol. Yes, that's what I want to see. Just love it when things go as they should. That's due in part with experience, practice. It's true what they say, practice does make better. Beautiful. Okay. Anything else I gotta do before I install? Yes, I do. I need to tin those transistors or whatever those capacitors. Okay. All right. Okay. Now it's time.
65 languages with Gemini and Google Workspace. Translate all your meetings and messages.
Okay. Let's focus in here. And let's make sure everything's on point. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's get our tweezers over here. We want to make sure that everything's aligned. One false move and it's over. So we gotta make sure that everything's aligned properly. Ooh, baby, that looks so good. That looks so good. I love it. Where's my solder? Where did I put my solder? Things are just... Dude, you guys probably see my solder, no? There it is. Gosh. There we go. Okay, we gotta be very careful. Beautiful. Okay. 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 That's what I like to see. We are cleaning up all the filth that I left behind. I just don't like leaving it dirty, you know? Just don't. Okay. I'm just observing now, making sure all my points are good. Man, that's a sexy looking point right there. Beautiful. Love it. Okay, let's get this guy. Okay. An hour in, my goodness. Can we finish this within this hour? I don't know. Can we really do the impossible? So far, so good. So far, so good. Okay. Beautiful. Let me run it.
The process of getting the phone I wanted at the right price was easy and perfect.
I spy on my competitors every day over coffee. Let me show you what I do. So I use this website, similar website.
Okay.
They have a 7-day
Cool.
trial. And what it lets you do is type in any website, so your main competitor's site, for instance, and straight.
Okay, now the next thing is the wire. Gotta connect that wire. Oh, I'll do that next after. Let me just connect this other point here. Huh. If I can find it. I'm just losing things now. Excuse me, guys. I'll be right back. I got a customer come in. Okay, back in action. Thank you guys for waiting. But still action, but not action because now I'm missing. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're back in action. Okay, so let's get this guy installed. So we're gonna install this guy we gotta make sure it's aligned to those capacitors, right? And again, I'm sorry if you guys can't see. Please forgive me for that. I wish you guys can see the action that I'm going through right now. I will be getting a microscope camera next month, so just bear with me for another 30 days and I'll get that in. Wonderful. Oof. I think I put too much on that. All right. Sorry for the silence. I was just concentrating right there. A little bit more than I thought I should be concentrated. You know, some of this stuff is gnarly stuff, man. Sometimes I myself can't believe I'm doing this. Must be crazy for doing stuff like this, you know? So and I should be crazy. I have every right to be crazy. You know? Just making sure my points are good. Okay. They're good, but I don't like them. Let's refine those points. Make them look a little bit better. I'm a perfectionist, if you could say. Oh, beautiful. There we go. Okay. Beautiful. Perfect. Now it's perfect. Let's get to clean all that up. I just love it when the solder points come out beautiful. I love it when they come out perfect, and yeah, I mean, like, who wouldn't, right? So now we're gonna put the wire in. I really should have done this part first, but I'm on the clock. We got exactly 1 hour left. So I have to skip I have to kind of skip and jump to certain parts because we are on the clock. Okay. All right. beautiful. That looks sexy. Beautiful. Gotta make sure that point is active. Just because it looks good doesn't mean. Are we reading or what? There we go. We are reading good. Just in case you guys can't see. The read is good, you guys.
Skip the busy work. Delegate note-taking with Gemini and Meet, or find insights faster with Notebook LM. Our AI helps you focus on the work that matters most. Get AI that makes
Oh
it
yeah.
with Google Workspace.
So I didn't realize I was laggy. I am new to this, so thank you for bringing that up. Thank you, Matthew. Yeah, I gotta fix that. I was seeing that I do drop some frames, so it's interesting. Thank you for letting me know that. I am an expert when it comes to doing these kind of mods, but it's a learning curve for me going live. However, I'm excited. I'm excited for all this stuff. Let me grab my scissors. All right, we're gonna put a little solder on that point. It's gonna look very nice. Cool. Cool. That is done. That connection is good. Yeah, I was looking at myself and I was like wondering, why am I lagging? I'm hoping that it's not just me. But yeah, I gotta feed that video, fix that video. in any case, pretty sure I'm done there. We are gonna cut this. Go. Clean this up. Add extra thermal paste. We are adding extra thermal paste. Here we go. Not too much. Just, I think that was already overkill right there, but it's okay. Now, here we go. There we go. Now that that's connected right there, we need to get this guy connected here as well too.
I wanted the word cuppa, as in cup of tea, I thought would be great to mix with hug. When I saw the domain was available, I was like, I'm taking it, I'm trademarking it, I'm going with it. Hi, I'm Aaron, I'm the owner of Cuppa Pug. We are not a traditional cafe. When I saw Cuppa Pug go live, that's when it all clicked.
Ugh. Sorry for the interruptions of. Perfect. Now we got that wire there. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then we got our mod chip. I'm gonna get this guy installed. That way you guys can see it a little bit closer. Okay. Right, this is going to be the final point. Okay. All right. Okay, finally, my last final point. We should be done with all the solder work. Okay. That concludes all of that. I did leave a little bit of flack on it on purpose. You never know. So there you have it. Okay. All right. So now let's put everything back together. I'm just thinking if I'm missing any steps here. No, looks all good to me. Okay, it's always tricky for me to always tricky. There we go. Did we get it? Did I get it? Yeah. Doesn't seem like it, but it did. All right. All right. So far, so good. Now this part with the OLED, I always gotta be sure to put it in bright. Perfect. Just that part. The rest, I'm okay. Putting in the audio. I don't know why I always start with the audio. There we go. This is one of the connector to the Joy-Con rail. Then another connector for the Joy-Con rail. Okay. Power connector right here. Without this, the system will not turn on. As long as without the power button, of course. And you gotta plug in that fan. Okay. That didn't go in right. There you go. Oh, right. Okay. Screws, screws, screws. Okay. Putting everything back now. Making sure everything's all good. Okay. Gotta flip it this side now. Okay. Add some thermal paste right there. Okay. Perfect. This one I always find tough doing. There we go. Okay. Now, the metal bracket. Okay. I'm gonna have to change this music.
Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave in close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light.
Okay. Almost to the final stretch, you guys. think I have to do one last screw. The inner screw, right? And then finally the outer screws. But before I even do that, I gotta make sure that the system is working. Okay, so we are gonna turn it on. Look at that. It's glitching. It's glitching. And another successful install. So let's turn this off. Okay. Oof. I almost forgot this. I can't believe it. Good thing I caught that before. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Let's put the last final screws in. I should just call the customer, let him know that we're done here. An hour and 30 minutes. An hour and 30 minutes. I cannot believe that. Literally. And I took some breaks. Like, unwanted breaks. I had like 2 customers come in. They took about 15 minutes of my time. Maybe more than that. Like 20 minutes of my time. An hour and 15 minutes for the install. That's amazing. So proud of myself. And we're done. That's it. This guy, this customer. Another happy customer. Look at that. So, I know this was a terrible video quality. Thank you for bearing with me this whole time. For those of you that actually joined my live stream on this. I will be better. I will be better. So, that ends my transmission. Thank you guys.